Hello. Today we will look at another book that I annotated in terms of illustrating the pages inside a little bit. So hello again, my name's Leia, and as I've said, we will look at another annotated edition. It's not as heavily illustrated as my first video, which was about Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Was that the whole title? I'm not sure. It's so long, I don't remember every single word in it. This is much shorter, it's just called Damsel. Very easy to remember. And I thought I was picking up the book that was also adapted into this Netflix movie, but alas, it's not the right author. It has the same title, but it's a totally different story. So if you're here looking for illustrations for that, you're wrong here. But you can still be interested. It's a very similar story. I mean, it also starts with a girl that is in this dragon cave and has to escape, so there are some similarities for sure. And yeah, we will go through this. This is a YA book. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars, but overall I did enjoy it. It was just a bit too predictable from the start and didn't really have any super lovable characters in it, but the story was very entertaining, very fast paced, and had very short chapters, and was also quite dark. I said there wasn't a lovable character in it, but there is one animal in there that was very cute. It was called Sorrow, and it's a lynx, so very unusual animal for a story. I haven't really read a book where a lynx was featured, so that was cool. And the last chapter, well, really the last page, was super exciting, so overall a very good book. But let's look at the illustrations. Again, I have read this book a few months ago in April, so if I don't remember every single detail about these illustrations, I'm very sorry, but at the time of illustrating it, they were very fitting to what was going on in this chapter, so I hope I will recall what I did. And I don't even remember where I put any of these illustrations in there, so we will find out together. This was a book by Elana K. Arnold, by the way. I also have a different book by her on my TBR, which I'm very excited to read now. And it already mentions here that there's a dragon in here, and there sure is. The first chapter starts with the dragon cave scene, and because of that I had to put an illustration in there that depicts the place where it is set, with the cliffs and the shoreline, as it says right here on the first page. The castle seemed to grow from the cliffs that cupped the shoreline. Its jagged-peaked turrets pierced the rain-heavy clouds above. Its windows were gaping mouths and gored-out eyes. Don't know if you would see that in there, but I tried to get the vibe correct. Between the slate-grey cliffs and the smoke-grey sky and the churning grey sea and the ghost-grey mist, it was a grey place indeed. So this very first paragraph, or the very first few sentences, decided which colored pencil I would pick, so every single illustration in here is grey. And I think it fits the story. In the beginning we still follow a prince, but that will soon change. He is on his way to the dragon cave, and he sees some trees on his way, has to go through there, so I grabbed the opportunity and drew some trees. I always love doing that. And then he also has to climb the cliffs, so he has a lot of gear with him to be able to do that. So we've got gloves, got not a pouch, it's a flask, right? Then the pouch, rope and a pickaxe. They are all mentioned in the story, so I drew them. And getting to the top is not the easiest thing for him, so it takes a while. While doing that, he thinks about his home, his past. This is where his mother always spends a lot of time at. Nice hot place at a fireplace with a cute cat on a pillow. Very, very nice scene. So I had to draw it. I also love cats, and I always like the opportunity to draw animals because I'm not the best at it. This took forever. But yeah, I'm slowly getting better at it. I always think that the faces look way too human because I'm used to drawing faces of human people, and then I probably apply some of the principles to animal faces. So need some more practice, but I am getting there, I think. Next up, being in the cave, we of course have some jewels in there, nice treasures to behold, to steal perhaps. So we've got some jewels, diamonds, crystals, whatever right here. And yeah, at the beginning I am still drawing like on almost every single page, but it will be less in a few more pictures. So this is the little dragon, well, not that little, that is in the cave that the prince has to slay. Just lying on the steps, sleeping or slumbering at the moment, but sure to be awake soon. And then again, something about the prince's past, where he was with his father going on a hunt, seeing this hare or rabbit, I don't remember, and about to kill it. This is the moment where the animal registered what's going to happen, and the arrow coming towards its heart. And this is also from this hunt in the past, where either the king or the prince ate the apple. I don't remember, but it was in there for sure. His sword broke, the weapon that he wanted to use to kill the dragon, and now he has to find another way to become the hero that he was set out to be. So he thinks about his possibilities, finds a way to actually slay the dragon and rescue the princess, which he returns with to his kingdom, and they encounter a squirrel, for example, and he notices her beautiful hair, which is braided and very long. So I had to draw these two details on their journey home. I think, yeah, that's also when they encounter the lynx, and it switches to her perspective as well at some point. Here's a little drawing of the lynx while it's still a little baby, and very sad, very cute indeed. And then we're already in part 3, skipping a lot of pages. So there's a lot of stuff that the damsel has to learn now. She's never been in a place like this and meets a lot of characters. She now has to get used to the courtly life. She has to become the new princess and in the future the new queen. So yeah, all of this is very new to her, and dining with the family and also other guests is also a huge part of the story. So I had to put this chandelier in here, which is atop of the dining table. I think there's multiple chandeliers, not just this one, but there was just space for one of them. So we've got that. What is next in the story? More dining stuff. Things that they drink, some awkward moments while talking. And I can't really tell you much about the plot without spoiling, but this is one very extreme moment in the story as well, which I just had to depict. And I do love drawing eyes, even if they look disgusting. So yeah, I had to do this one. It's a shocking moment, so it's very fitting to what happens. And we're rushing through the book. Part 4 now. There are a lot of parts, as you can see, there are more to come. This next moment is again from one of these dining situations. This time not with the family, but with other guests around. And there was something very important about these rings in it. Don't want to explain it, but if you read it, you will definitely find out. So yeah, I had to draw that moment. And I love how it came out. Very proud of this hand. Hands are just super difficult to draw, so again this took forever. I skipped this page at first and drew some other things from the back of the book, and then returned to this drawing at the end, just because I didn't feel like doing this, because it's difficult to do, but I still managed to finally do it. So this is the final result right here. Oh yeah, this next one happens in the kitchen, where there's a little accident with not only the egg. I think there was also some other stuff that broke. But I had to do the one with the egg because I love how eggshells look when they're broken, and also the egg yolk, something that is just very interesting to draw. Coming to part 5 now. As you can see, I also underlined and circled in some stuff. It's not just about illustrations, but mostly. Just have a few annotated parts like this in books. And actually part 5 didn't have any illustrations in it, so let's move on to part 6, where we have a hawk. One of the characters has this as a pet, so I had to draw him as well. If I draw the lynx, I will also draw the hawk, of course. So this is what it looks like. And then I have some glass shards right here. They play an important role in the latter parts of this story. One of the characters has a hobby that has to do with this, and again, there's a moment in the story where we have these fragments of glass, which also play a huge role in the next pages. Part 7, where there's only one more illustration, I think. Also have an underlined section right here. There's also an underlined section again with a little emoji. And then I have the very last illustration. I'll try not to spoil you. This is on the very, very last page. And yeah, this is what happens. The great opaline dragon cut across the sky and disappeared, singular, into the night. So, these are all the illustrations in here. Hope you enjoyed them. I'm glad I still remember what happened. Like, it really helps if you annotate your books or even illustrate them as I do, with all the details, with all of the stuff that happens. Like, if you look at these, you will still remember what kind of scene inspired you to draw the pictures. So yeah, I really enjoy doing that. Of course, it will take a lot more time to read a book if you do that, but it's also much more fun, and now the book is much more special to me. And since I will have my summer holidays very soon, I will try to do another illustrated book, but I won't promise anything because again, it takes a lot of time, and I do want to relax in these few weeks that I have. And believe me or not, drawing can be quite stressful. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm glad that I finally managed to film this video. Like, this book has been sitting near my bed for a long time, just as a reminder for me to finally do the video about it. But yeah, here you are. Now I have 2 videos on that topic, and please let me know if you also do illustrations. I would love to know. But enough about that. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in my next one. So until then, happy reading, take care, and bye.